You were asking about the follow-up strategy that I recommend, right? So there's a couple changes in the program. I'm just going to catch you up on the new change here in this video, and then basically walk you through again on what we teach for follow-up, okay? So I'm just in this Trello dummy account right here. We got 2 dummy leads. Now, remember, as you're lead generating and they're opting in and booking calls on your website or through your Typeform link, if you're sending that out directly, then these cards automatically get paid. Let's pretend these 2 are leads, Joan Smith and Brittany Jones, right? These are just fake cards. This gets automatically generated as people are on your site, or you text them the Typeform link, and then they go through the pre-qual and book a call. Okay, so this is the way we tie it in, and we teach that in the course, the way it's all tied in the infrastructure. This gets made automatically. All right, so the big change into Trello is this app right here that we just released like a couple weeks ago. So it's called Planyway. Get Planyway because it's a split screen view of your calendar, and you can go ahead and integrate your Calendly into Planyway. Right, this tool is free. And even if you want the pro version, it's only like $4 a month. It's awesome. It's super, super awesome. There's other software that we've looked into before adding this to the program where it's like $100 a month, $150 a month for the same thing that this does for like free, or $6 a month max. Right. So we're really excited about releasing this to the new ALM 2.0 program. So go through the course if you want like a full tutorial on like what the heck this is and how to use it. But just right off the bat, this is what you want to add, because this change just happened. So I don't want you to miss this. But download it for your Trello. It's a Trello calendar that works great. You can add all your team members and see everyone's events and booked calls and everything inside of this cool split screen view. And what else is cool is it dynamically works with Trello. So like if this goes over to follow up, you can take these cards and then just like drop them in here. And then now they're in your calendar with the due date will remind you. Isn't that cool? It's super awesome. I'm very excited about this. Because before we were teaching like pulling up Calendly and looking at your calls that way, and it was kind of unorganized. Well, this way, when you pull up Trello and you're doing your follow-up or you're working your new leads, you can see your calendar and your teammates' calendar in the same view, in the same tab, right? So this is super powerful. Anyways, go through the course, understand Planyway, integrate it the way we walk you through. So that's one thing for sure. But as far as your question, like what we do on the protocol for follow-up, this is what we do, okay? So we get a new lead, boom, it's automatically created right here. And so what we do now is once we, take the Zoom call, and so have Zoom on your desktop app right there. Once we take the call and do it, it should be auto-recorded the way we walk you through in the program, because that's important for collections, okay? So make sure your Zoom settings are auto-recording everything. That's huge. And so we do the call, then we move them over here into Zoom call and send list. So you're sending the list either on the call or right off the call. And so this is a follow-up stage. Joan Smith is in the follow-up, okay? You're going to follow up with them by using exactly what we teach, right? Do a comment. Here's all the Typeform, right, responses right here, so you can see it in this view on your laptop. This doesn't work on mobile, so that's why you got to work with your laptop, right? So then you do comments on here just to follow up with like what you've been doing with them, and then use the due date feature. That's basically all you do for Trello, okay? I think you understand that because you went through the program. And so once you follow up with him, if he applies, then great. I mean, you're going to make money, right? You put him right here, applied, but not yet approved. Instead of doing a due date feature now manually through here, what's cool about this calendar is you can just be like, all right, they're applied. Based on how the call went, I'm going to follow up with them. Today's Wednesday, like Friday, because it usually takes a couple days for them to get approved, right? So you grab the card. Now you can just drag it over and then just drop it like wherever you see fit, right? Like Friday, boom, drop it right there. Okay, and so it does the due date feature kind of automatically for you, which is awesome. Then it's on your calendar. So I'm super excited about that. And the card still stays put, right? So you can just like drop it anywhere. Boom, it's dropped right there. So you see how it created a due date feature? Automatically just drag and drop. And the card still stays there. So this is just making apartment locating follow-up work just insanely efficient. So anyhow, okay, so they applied, boom, right? Once they're approved, you move them over here, and then this is where you create an invoice. You don't create an invoice until you confirm that they're approved with the client, okay? Then you create an invoice. All right, so say that they're here, and you did a Zoom call, and you're following up with them. Your question is like, how long do we follow up with them? Kind of what's the protocol? What do I teach? Okay, so let's say you have a lot of these leads here, and they're in follow-up stage. how long do we keep following up with these people, right? So we did the Zoom call already. We sent over the list. Now we just need to follow up with them to see like where they toured, if they applied, if they need more feedback from us, right? The whole name of the game with locating is follow up, right? Because generating leads the way we set up the infrastructure is not that hard. Just do what we teach in the course, right? Get a good infrastructure. And then once you're marketing in the platforms we teach, the leads are cards that are automatically being built, right? So like lead gen, if you follow the marketing strategies or you're working free leads from your broker, is not hard. And then doing the Zoom call is like 10 minutes and you just be nice to them and then, confirm the pre-qual that's automatically generated. So the call is not that hard. It's just all about, letting them understand how checking for pricing works, how touring works, and that you're going to be an asset for them for free and to keep in touch with you, right? So if you're good at doing the calls, they're like 10 minutes long, right? So the real work becomes follow-up, okay, once you have the infrastructure. So what I teach is follow up with these leads. It depends on sort of what you talked about. So like, let's say I did a call with Brittany today on Wednesday and the call went well. I sent her over a list and she's like, great, I'm going to review this and then probably tour the weekend, right? I like to tell them that on the call as well. I'm like, hey, I'm going to give you a list, right? Prices change daily. So it's a good idea if you tour ASAP or on the weekend, keep in touch with me. Okay. So say that she goes, all right, great. She's a good client. She's going to review the list and it's going to be accurate because we have her pre-qual automatically from the website. Okay. And so let's say we decide that she's going to go tour on Saturday because she's off work, right? This happens a lot. That's why I'm giving this as an example. Okay. And so I would put in here in the comments, like, follow up with her Saturday. She's going to tour. So I would call her Saturday and then do a due date feature. So come Saturday, I'm going to call her and say, hey, you're going to tour. Cool. All right. Let me know how it goes. I've toured all the apartments. I can give you insider knowledge. Text her that or call her and tell her that. Okay. Once she tours on Saturday, I would follow up with her for the next however long it naturally takes. Right. If you're in contact with her and she's, following up, hey, we're going to tour again Sunday, put that in the notes. Right. And then update the due date feature. All right. She's going to tour again tomorrow. Right. So the follow up constantly updates depending on how the call went. You just make sure to do a comment and then a due date feature. Very easy. Okay. But if she's not responding to you, say it's like Monday of next week, she's not responding to you. You're like, crap. Right. Okay. So then you would email her, you would text her, and then you would call her. Right. For the next 3 days. So let's say there's no communication on Monday. Okay. Follow up with her Monday, follow up with her Tuesday, follow up with her Wednesday. So for the next 3 days, call, text, and email, right? Have your assistant do that. It's easy. Just tell your assistant to work this column and do the same thing for everyone, okay? So like, go in here, read the notes, see what you need to do. If there's nothing you need to do and she's just not contacting us, then for the next 3 days, call, text, email, right? Just use the script that we provide in the course. Okay. So after the next 3 days of follow up, if there's no answer, right, you're going to follow up a fourth time on Saturday, right? Because sometimes people are just busy during the week, right? So the protocol for follow up is like next 3 days and Saturday. Okay. If we had a good call, but she's ghosting me sort of like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm just going to stop and then follow up again Saturday. Okay. And if I follow up Saturday knowing she's probably off and she's still ghosting me, dude, just get rid of the lead. Focus your energy on something else. Right. So you were doing like a month worth of follow up. The thing about that and the problem with that is that in this business, usually when people are in the market to rent an apartment, it's real quick. It's not like they're buying a house where they have like months and months to decide and they can hold back. And you know what I mean? Because it's a big investment. People that rent apartments just do it quick because it's not a big deal. And they just decide quicker compared to a house, but the process is faster. So it's like if you had a good call with someone and then they're not, following up, they could be busy. So follow up for the next 3 days. And if that doesn't work, follow up again on that Saturday. So that way they're off work. But if that doesn't work, then they might have, who knows what happens if that's the scenario if they're just ghosting you completely, right? A lot of things in the program we teach like help with ghosting, right? The promotion we talked about with doing the utility setup for them for free, referring them to that third-party company so we can earn more after the release. That's part of it, right? And then doing a Zoom call in the first place where they see you face to face. That's why it's important for them to turn on the camera, right? That helps lower a ghost rate too, because when people see you, face to face, they meet you, they have a call with you, they're just less likely to ghost you over just a standard phone call where you don't show face, right? So there's a lot of little techniques we teach to lower ghosting, but ghosting will always happen in any sales industry or in any real estate niche, ever. So you can't like defeat ghosting entirely, but you can do things that lower it. Okay. So I would follow up for the next 3 days. If there's no answer, follow up a fourth time on that Saturday. If they're still not talking to you, just dead file them. So like go here. And if she was like unqualified, like has 2 evictions, low credit, you can let her know that you can refer her to someone else or that you can't help her, but you would take her and then you would put her over to unqualified. Okay. If she's ghosting you forever, you can create another list right here, and then you can title this one ghosted/dead file. Okay, add list. Okay, after follow-up 3 days, and then the fourth time on Saturday, if there's still no follow-up, grab her and drop her into the ghosted or dead file. Just dead file her. It doesn't matter that much because if she went through your Typeform or your website, the way we teach, we show you how to connect your CRM in there anyways. So if you have an extensive drip campaign over text and over email, once every couple of weeks or once a month for a year, the way we teach, it's like these dead file clients are still going to be contacted by you over text and email automatically, right? So like if you're building up your dead file, they're still going to get communication from you. So it's not like you're like out of contact completely because we set up that CRM and teach you how to set up the drip campaigns, right? So then the other question is like, make sure your drip campaigns talk about the promotion, talk about how you're not only helping them find an apartment for free, but you're going to set up their utilities now for free as well and help them with that. And then it's right. So like you should have a drip campaign over a year long that's going to communicate with these people anyways because they opted into your sales funnel, right? So you're always in contact with people regardless, even if you dead file them, doesn't matter, right? But this way you can stay organized, right? So that's the protocol right there is like follow up for the next 3 days. And then the fourth time Saturday, if they're just ghosting you, dude, just move on to the next lead, get rid of it, stop putting energy, and then just move on to the next lead, right? So the name of the game with apartment locating is like lead gen and follow up. Everything else in between is kind of easy after you set up a strong infrastructure, which is what our course teaches you to do, right? So it becomes lead gen and follow up, right? So if you're good at lead gen or you're working free leads from your broker or you're marketing the way we teach you, then that's good. And then if you have a good infrastructure, it's going to help with your show up rates. It'll lower your ghosting rate. And then if you're just decent over the phone, sending them over a list that works, it's all about follow up. So that's how you would do follow up. But what's cool now is that we're teaching the Planny way on how to connect the calendar so it's split screen, right? And so this is what you could do. You could add, I know you have an assistant, so like add your assistant's calendars to this calendar, like link her Apple calendar and her Google calendar, and then so you can see views. And it's like, just go to the course; it'll explain this better. But you'll see like images, profile images of you and her, you and your assistant, and then you can grab these follow-up cards and then just drag them and drop them like under her account, like boom, do this today, right? And then so she can see on her calendar like who she needs to follow up with. So I would have like an assistant or a VA or someone that you trust do all the follow-up for you, and then so you're just busy like marketing and then doing Zoom calls. Because as the licensed real estate agent, you really should be the one doing the Zoom call, right? And so then you can focus on doing the initial Zoom call, making sure you're doing a good job, focusing on your marketing, and then have like your assistant do all the follow up because it's not that extensive, right? So hopefully that was helpful. That's the follow up protocol: 1, 2, 3, and then fourth day on Saturday. If not, just dead file it, right? They're going to get communicated through your CRM anyways. That's all you can really do. All right. And so it's really about getting good on the call, educating them on how the process is going to work, reminding them to write your name down on the application when they apply so you can get credit from the apartment complex. And that's the whole business, right? But it just got a lot better with this split view calendar. So go through the ALM 2.0 course again and learn about this so that way you can integrate it properly. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks a lot.